everybody. Welcome to the Unicorn and a Fairy, where I am your unicorn, Joanna, who has glitter everywhere, a mane that just sparkles as I go, and a tail that's just full of enchantment.
And I am your fairy with boots on and full of mischief and not really sure which end is up sometimes, but we're going to go with it anyway. So we're back, like we said we were.
Yes, we are.
And at the end of last time, we said we would get into some sticky stuff. We didn't have time. So do you want to introduce what we're going to talk about with our audience?
Yeah, we're going to talk about why we decide to go things alone, why we think we don't need anyone to help us, why we think it's better to handle things as me, as I don't need anything, I don't need help, I don't need. So let's get into that.
Yeah, so it looks, like when people say, is everything okay? Is everything, yes, everything's fine. Or we have something, a task that we need help with, we really do need help with. And yet we're reluctant to ask for that help, reluctant to trust relying on people. So let's dig into why we think that happens.
Yeah.
And if there are maybe spiritual ways, loving ways, kind ways to move through it. You said something earlier today when we were texting about the great unlearning.
Oh, the past like 3 years have been my years of unlearning.
Hmm.
I just believe that anything that has been passed down from generation to generation to generation, I don't need to behave like that anymore. It's their behavior. It's been a. I need to love myself. I don't have to do everything for everyone else and nothing for myself. My pitcher was so empty and I couldn't pour from it anymore.
So this is what you're unlearning
Yeah.
to
That
do things
I'm
for
allowed
yourself.
to love myself. Yes.
So then that kind of leaves us to this conundrum that we have about I'm going to do it for myself because I deserve to do it for myself. But then it turns into I've got this. I'm going to do it by myself. And I see little ones do that. Like the parent wants to do the shoelaces up, or they want to do the buttons up, or they want to do the zipper up, or they want to do something for the child, and the child is adamant about, no, I got this. No, I got this.
Oh,
Let me do
I
it.
can tell you why I did stuff like that. I mean, it may not resonate with everybody else, was because I felt like nothing I did was good enough. That may or may not have been true. My perception of what was happening was I wasn't as good. So I was trying to prove that I was as good somehow.
Do you think,
So,
well, this is interesting because for me, yes, that occurred, but it was other children that made me feel like I wasn't good enough or didn't do,
right.
or that I was doing it wrong. Adults never gave me that. Um, they never gave me that impression. They would say something like, that's not, my mother would always say, it's not quite how I would do it, but you're getting there. My
Oh, well,
father
that's
would always
wonderful.
say, try a bit more, try it this way or that way. But it was other children that said, no, you don't get it. You haven't got it. You're doing it wrong.
Well, I think we're getting it from all angles. Now, I mean, I was getting it from all angles. My perception was of that anyway.
Huh.
So, yeah. I mean,
So do you think this leads to our kind of conundrum about going it alone or doing things
oh,
by ourselves because
oh yeah.
either A, we don't want to be disappointed, and you said
Yeah,
something
well,
while ago.
I didn't want to burden anyone because I also felt like I was a burden. So when I say I don't, people are like, "Oh my gosh, you want to do that all by yourself? Fold the towels, whatever, and you think you do it better." Well, there's also a part of me that doesn't want to burden anyone with anything.
Yes. not disappointing them, not letting them down, showing up when you say you're going to show up. Like I think earlier today, I don't know what we got into a conversation. I said, I'm so sorry. Oh, because I hadn't gotten back to you yesterday about doing this video. And I said, I'm so sorry. You said you have nothing to be
No,
sorry for and you
right,
stop that. But
right. We're a society of, and I don't know if everybody does it, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And we've learned to apologize for being who we are. We've learned to apologize for I say I'm sorry for just about everything. Because it's a learned response.
there's that, but there's also the times when we're sharing something, like I've shared something very personal with you that happened on Sunday, and you genuinely said, I'm sorry, and I'm learning to now say thank you, as opposed
Yes.
to, oh no, don't worry about it, it's okay, well, it's not your fault, well, you didn't do it, but to say thank you because somebody kind of has compassion for the situation, has compassion for what you're sharing and what you're doing. This is a whole new, not for me so much, and probably not for you, because we came up with a certain level of manners and some boundaries that people taught us that, this is not the way we should behave. And yet we're bombarded with a younger, fresher society that perhaps is much more. I'm sorry, I'm searching my shoe on the floor. It's got chilly and I want to put my shoes on. Um, um, where was I going? Oh, we have this brand new, fresh society that um, come at it from a very, I don't know what I want to call it, raw space. Like there is no filter. It is woof, off you go. Like, oh, okay, well, or you should have done this, or you should have done that. They're not, there's no manners there. It's just what it is.
Well, I mean, we taught them that. We're their parents.
Yeah, my parents always, I was
I mean,
raised where you didn't share your personal stories with people. You didn't go out.
that now that gets us into a whole nother thing
Yeah,
that
you
we
don't
are the
share your personal business.
right, but we're the generation of secrets.
Oh,
I mean, we ours and our parents and our grandparents, and I think that is how much does that weigh on somebody,
well, it comes from family guilt, family shame, and not wanting to let
right?
your side down.
And
You
what
don't
are we
want people knowing all
ashamed
that.
of? Yeah, because everybody's going through the same, not exactly, but what are we ashamed of?
Well, there is shame.
Okay.
Unpacking shame. Unpacking shame probably would be doing something you know, really do know, is not something that would be seen or viewed as being um, integrous or respectful or decent or even kind. Um, like let's have a for somebody who really doesn't have a whole lot of choice but to go along with someone else's illegal activity, somebody who perhaps did something unintentionally, didn't really intend to get into trouble but got into trouble. Then there's that shame, the shame of I did something, or the unintentionally doing something that caused someone else harm, and then I don't know if that's shame or that's just plain regret.
It could be both. Or how about you have yelling in a household, or you have, spanking, or you have drinking, or you have drug abuse, or whatever it is. And instead of getting help or mental health issues, instead of getting help, it was just no, no, we don't tell anything.
Yes, some folks,
I mean,
those kind of habits people tend to ignore or side.
not anymore. I think it's changing now, and good for them.
You mean people who are have substance abuse issues or mental health issues?
This the generation you were talking about
Yeah.
that they just go, yeah, good for them.
What was it? Designing Women used to talk about their relatives that were slightly different,
Uh-huh.
saying that they no longer put them underneath the carpet. They put them out on show for everyone. They put the crazy people out on show for everyone to see. Like, oh God, that was Julia Sugarbaker. But there again, the South, when I moved to this country, there was such a division between how Southerners
Hmm.
behaved and carried on and how people from the north did. That's no different when you go to the United Kingdom. It's the same thing. People from the south are all prim and proper, very Downton Abbey, very buttoned up, and it's all clean
Hmm.
and tidy. People from the north are they got dirt under their fingernails and they're not frightened of rolling up their sleeves and doing a hard day's work. It's quite interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. But for me, when I go traveling, I love the idea of seeing different things. That doesn't bother me at all.
Me neither, not now.
Oh, yeah,
How do
because
you feel when someone says things like, let me help you? Oh, no, no, I got this. Yeah, I got it. No, 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 it's okay. I got it. Don't worry.
how do I feel about that?
Do you, has that something you've done?
That was me.
That was you.
Oh yeah, until just this past year, basically.
And what changed and what flipped?
Um, no, I know. I think it's been a little bit longer than a year. What flipped? I had a ketamine treatment. Therapist said, "Oh my gosh, I think you would benefit from a ketamine treatment." And I said, "Great, sign me up."
And
And
you did.
wow, I did it.
Well, are you going to share what
And
happened?
the yep, yep. And the it's so your neuroplasticity can start changing. And I always thought I was a survivor, a thriver, whatever you want to call it. No, I was in fight or flight. So this is when I wanted to start changing the neuroplasticity in my brain. And so I went and had a ketamine treatment. And it was amazing. I saw I mean it was animals, and I saw my angels, archangels. I mean, Gaia was there, and all the theme throughout the whole thing was you don't have to do this alone.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the whole theme was you
So
do
the
not have to do this alone.
neuroplasticity, I like this conversation because it's making me curious. The neuroplasticity, does it relax?
Your critical mind relaxes so that so that any idea that you see or not see or whatever can now be put into your subconscious.
And your subconscious sees and feels and stores everything.
Right. So now my subconscious is talking to the angels, the archangels, Gaia. Like, it was just amazing. And
Huh.
I don't feel I have to do things alone anymore.
How do you handle asking for help?
Um, I reach out to people now, and I, I ask. I just ask for whatever it is.
And so my default is I can't ask.
Well,
That's my default. Like I don't deserve to get it.
I,
So I shouldn't ask for it.
well, I have that, and like, but we don't you think now the more you get into this, the more you're like, yeah, I do deserve this.
Now I feel like I
No,
deserve it. However, there's still, for me, a block in asking for the help. What gets in the way of it is, well, what makes me think I deserve to have that? Or what makes me think they're going to be willing to do that? Or I automatically see the no before I even ask for the help.
well, here's what I do. Okay, so if somebody says no to me, I have learned there's nothing that's personal.
That is,
Nothing,
that I will, yeah, yeah, I get it for
nothing's personal. So, okay, somebody says no. I used to like, oh, okay, well. was there a reason? Or, like my sensitive side would go, oh my gosh, like, okay. So then it would solidify the I should not have asked. I should just do this by myself. But now is I nothing is personal. So okay, let's ask somebody else that might be able to.
Oh, yeah, that's how I feel. And I didn't battle with it. I always felt like that's gutsy when people do crowdfunding
Mhm.
or GoFundMe or any of those things. Um, they were just
But
very like, wow.
but
And
why not? But why not? If they need it, or they're gonna, like, if they decide they need it. I mean, obviously, if you're gonna do crowdfunding or whatever it is, then there's a reason.
yes, and I feel like for me, I've always been one and have done who's always been the giver. I've always been the one, yeah, no
Right.
worries, I got it. Even taking people in, helping people out, giving them a place to stay, food on the, let's go out to dinner, picking up the tab.
Right.
Yet accepting it, oh, yeah, that's hard. That's very difficult for me.
That is a hard thing
And that
for
leads
a
me
lot.
back to our question of doing it alone, doing it by myself. I got this. I think the way I get through it or move past it is I've afforded myself this home, which I don't have to rely on other people to help me fund it,
Right.
other yeah, roommates or partners or anything like that. Or I don't have to rely on any kind of just my own steam to do it. And I've always looked at, whoa, I did it. And I think what sends me back up over the edge is all the things I've done, and yet I'm worried about this little thing here.
And that's okay.
Yeah, aging is
But
one I'm now dealing with. The vulnerability of aging, the vulnerability of being taken advantage of.
well, I've seen that firsthand with my mom.
Oh, yes. And what do you do? I mean, you know,
Well, you ask,
relying on the relying on the what do they call it? The help of strangers.
well, friends. And
Oh,
if you don't have, I mean, yeah, but yes, but if you don't have kids that, are willing to check in on you, you're not in a retirement home or wherever you are, you've got to have friends that are looking in on you to make sure that,
now I'm smirking
because
because the thought of Kevin Cross going into a retirement home and living out the rest of my days, ordinarily,
it might be fun. Who
I was
knows?
about to say, ordinarily,
Uh-huh.
I think it would just bore me to my core, be like, oh, no, thank you. But now I'm like, that's not such a
Huh,
terrible thing. Like, not
right.
such a bad idea to, just hang out with other people in my age bracket. I don't know how, I don't know what that would look like because they're very expensive too.
Well, but they've got activities, they've got all sorts of things.
Yes. And everybody's in there. They're all the same.
Yeah.
Everyone's been,
Happy hour
oh
activities. I
my
mean,
gosh,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
What fun. Oh gosh. Have you ever seen that movie, Sordid Lives?
No.
It was with Leslie Jordan. Oh God, Bonnie Bedelia. All kinds. It was a Del Shores movie. It wasn't a rest home, but Brother Boy, which was Leslie Jordan's character, went into a mental institution, and it was just like we were discussing. It was a fun kind of outrageous place, and he did drag shows at this place.
That's
If you thought he was
fantastic.
Tammy Wynette. Woo. So I mean, like, yeah, that's kind of what I would be doing. I'd be getting into
Hmm.
that, entertaining people, having
Entertaining people.
fun, doing the cards. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes,
You
yes.
know why you feel like this? Because we just moved into Leo season. So you're like, wow, here I go.
And it says this week, well, do you
Yep.
read what today's horoscope says? Yeah, because you read it earlier. You read it.
Okay, so today is moon. We still moon in Cancer. It says a lovely Frisson. I don't know if that's the right way to pronounce it. Is in the air today. as the lovers of the zodiac. Venus and Mars clash under the dark moon. So this tension could be very sexy or very argumentative. So y'all could be like getting it on or not even coming close.
Well, there
But
is
I
that
think what's
sexual
happening
tension.
here, I think what's happening here with all of this energy is if you can make it through this energy right now with Mercury in retrograde and all of this stuff, whatever, because we're going through a karmic cycle right now.
A what?
A karmic cycle.
Yes. Because tomorrow is extremely powerful. The new moon in Leo triggers the planet of detoxification and eruptions. And what
Right.
that tells me, well, because Pluto, if you've allowed a toxic situation to develop, woo boy, it's time to pay the piper. I am not really sure what that means.
Well, I believe that this time right now is if even if something bad has happened, if you learn from it,
Well, don't you think that's everything?
no, well, especially in this time, say you're in a relationship, if you learn from it, your karmic cycle is done. If
Yes.
you move forward, okay, you're done. If you continue that behavior of I'm not feeling safe, I'm not feeling wanted, I'm not feeling, but you've already found a person that's doing all of that with you, then you're going to be repeating this thing over and over and over.
So then the detox, because the second part of this is if you've allowed yourself a toxic situation to develop, it's time to pay the piper. Don't forget to make a wish.
Yeah.
But I think step one with what you've just said is the awareness that there's a pattern is,
Yeah, you have to have that awareness of your patterns.
well, that awareness of the pattern has developed is the pin that's going to pop the bubble that stops it
Right.
from reappearing itself.
Correct. Correct. And like I've been telling a lot of people this year, everything that I do now is I'm in the hangman position. Like, wait, I'm just trying to see everything with a different perspective, a different idea, a different because it's not just me.
Oh, everybody. Well, and
Yeah.
our spiritual mentors have said, pray a different way, do things in a different way, go about
Right.
the business in a different way, have a different way of looking at things. Because, I've had this recent situation that popped up has set a pattern that I went back into this pattern of behavior that was what did I do? Oh my gosh, oh my goodness, why I don't know about it. And it sent me down. And then when I realized, listen, things happen. You didn't do it on purpose. It's not like
Right.
you intended this to happen. It just happened. Now, put your big boy pants on, step forward and take care of
Yep.
it, and it'll all
Right.
be taken care of. And that's what I've been doing. That has been the detoxification, not allowing myself to be bogged into someone else's accusation, someone else is putting their stuff upon me. All right.
Right.
That,
So
yeah,
again,
go ahead.
detox, unlearning. That's what I'm like unlearning, unraveling, whatever your un is. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. And it feels good.
When I don't think there's much time that we've got to do it either. It's not like we got lifetimes upon lifetime. It feels like
No,
this
I
karmic
think
change is rolling down the hill pretty quick.
yeah, it is. But it's we all have to do ourselves. I mean, I can't control anybody else. You can't. I mean, I can only
Well,
control my
I'm
own
not sure I
behavior.
ever wanted to, but I was aware that people wanted to control what I was doing.
Yeah.
Asking, it's a bit like they ask a question, assuming that the answer is going to be yes. And typically it is, but they're not sure what happens when there's an alternative that pops up. I can't do that, but I can do this. I'm
Right.
willing to meet you this way, but not that way.
Right.
All right. Any last minute thoughts before we shut this popsicle stand down?
I just am so grateful for everybody coming,
Yeah.
and we're just we love you. We see you. We know you're there, and tell us what it is you want to hear, what you want to do. I'm digging the blonde.
I do like the blonde. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what I do.
Um, I think we can always find subjects that will turn us on our head, like, even if it's headlines, um, bar politics. And what I'm now learning about that is it doesn't matter what day of the week it is, what year, what decade, there is always going to be some sort of political theater happening. I just don't have to sit in the seat and watch it.
Yeah, me neither.
Right.
So, yeah.
All right, my friend. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining us. It's a goodbye from me.
And a goodbye from me.
Until
Mwah.
next time, let's see. Be well, be blessed, have fun.
Yeah, we love you.
Love
Mwah.
you. Bye.